How's it going today, Bob?
Oh, I'm doing okay, Jim.
That's good, Bob. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, man. I gotta say, you don't look a day over 50.
Gee, thanks, Jim, but, I just turned 35.
Oops, my bad.
How's it going, YouTube? Tabletop Dad here. I already had a few videos filmed and working on editing them for this week. However, as I was reviewing the channel content on the YouTube page, I got to noticing I had exactly 49 videos posted prior to this one. So guess what? That makes this the big 5-0. That's right, the 50th video celebration, and I figured, why not revisit something we haven't done in a while and just do a good old school deck tech on one of the decks that I unfortunately like to play. So today we are going to break down Kess Dissident Mage EDH Commander deck. However, this one has a spin. This is a Super Frenemies deck. That's right, I said Super Frenemies. We've got good Planeswalkers and evil Planeswalkers, because none of them are bad. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna do, make this part kind of quick. We're gonna break down the land base. It's a nice 3-color deck. Grixis is a thing. So Krim, if you're out there, build one of these. They're fun to play. This is my most oppressive deck, I will say that. I know there's a lot of people that don't like to play against it, but it's fun, it's powerful, and that's what it's all about, right? All right, so our land base, 3-color land base, pretty simple. Started off 3 fetch lands. Scalding Tarn, Polluted Delta, and the Bloodstained Mire to grab all of our fetchable duels, which are right here. We've got the Steam Vent Shock, the Blood Crypt Shock, Underground Sea, Volcanic Island Badlands, and 1 copy of Fetid Pools that can be cycled as well if we don't need to fetch it out or if we come across it later on. Couple of good old dual land style. We've got this Spire Bluff Canal, comes in tapped unless you control 2 or fewer lands. Sulphur Falls, gotta have an island or mountain. Temple Melis does come into play tapped, but gives us a scry. Tainted Isle produces a colorless for sure. We'll do blue or black, but only if we can control a swamp. We've got 2 of the Vivid Lands, and besides being a Super Frenemies deck, this does have an artifact sub-theme, so we are running 4 of the artifact lands. And then we get on to our utility lands. We've got the Mishra's Workshop to power out artifacts. Buried Ruin to get them back from the graveyard. Glimmer Void produces any color of mana, but you do have to sacrifice it if we control no artifacts. Ancient Tomb. Karn's Bastion to proliferate on our Planeswalkers. The Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale to tax all those creature decks. Castle Vantress for some scrying, Wasteland to blow up our opponent's stuff, and a Reliquary Tower to make sure we have no maximum hand size. Some of our other lands here, we've got Exotic Orchard, Command Tower, Spire of Industry, Rumbling Necropolis, taps for all 3 of our colors, and to round it out, we've got 2 of each basic land. Alright, so that takes care of our lands in the Kess Super Frenemies deck. Now how about the ramp? We got ourselves the Mana Crypt at 0. Mox Amber at 0 since we're running a lot of Planeswalkers. Sol Ring, Prismatic Lens, Thought Vessel, and all the relevant talismans in our colors. And last but not least, we got ourselves a treasure map. And if you're counting, that is only 9 sources of ramp, because overall this deck is not extremely mana hungry. But you still want to make sure you can cast your spells. Alright, now the next most important part is our Planeswalkers. We've got 20 of them. Starting off with our Planeswalkers that are artifact-centric. We're running one of each of the Tezzerets, and we're running the 2 Durettis. A lot of these will produce creatures or ramp us in some way, shape, or form, or removal. Some of the more expensive casting cost Tezzerets deal damage to all our opponents. And then Master of Metal, card filtering. Target opponent loses life equal to the number of artifacts you control. Like I said, we've got an artifact sub-theme. Alright, so that's our artifact Planeswalkers. We're also... How could I forget? Included in those artifact Planeswalkers, we're also running the Saheeli Rai, Karn, the Great Creator, and Karn, Scion of Urza. Because, of course, that is one of our win conditions, the Karn lock. If you're not familiar with that, I will show you that shortly. Some of our oppressive Planeswalkers, we're running Narset, Barter of Veils, both Ashioks. Also got us a Royal Scions, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Kasmina, Enigmatic Mentor, Chandra Pyromancer, Obnixilis Reignited, the ever-hated Sorin Markov, dropping into play -3 and target opponent's life total becomes 10. So why not 30 your opponent? And our last, most high casting cost Planeswalker is the Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh. That rounds out our 20 Planeswalkers. Like I said, one of our win conditions is the Karn lock. Another one of our win conditions is a Revel in Riches. We've also got a Torment of Hailfire. And overall, we can also just outvalue our opponents with the power of the Planeswalkers as well. Now, how do we get there? How do we find those cards? Well, we're going to go over our card draw and tutor suite. We've got the Sensei's Divining Top, running Preordain, Serum Visions, Brainstorm, Vampiric Tutor, Night's Whisper. Of course, we're running Rhystic Study. We've also got a Grim Tutor, Tezzeret's Gambit, draw 2 and proliferate for 3 mana and 2 life, 1 copy of Greed, and a Fact or Fiction. Now, how do we defend our Planeswalkers? Well, let's go over our removal suite. We've got Swan Song, counter that spell. We've got a counter spell. We've got Negate. We've got Force of Will. We've got Terminate. We've got Unlicensed Disintegration. We've got Dark Intimations. And now we're going on to our oppressive artifacts. Running a Meek Stone, any creature with power greater than 2 may not be untapped as normal. Sculpting Steel to copy any artifact on the battlefield. Rings of Brightheart to copy our Planeswalker abilities. weak stone to reduce the amount of damage attacking creatures can do. And there's our other win condition, Mycosynth Lattice in combination with Karn. Again, like I said, if you're not familiar with that lock, it is Karn, the Great Creator. His static ability is activated abilities of artifacts your opponents control can't be activated. And Mycosynth Lattice states all permanents are artifacts in addition to their other types. So basically it turns all your opponent's lands into artifacts that can't be activated. So they can't play Magic anymore. Again, not the funnest way to win a game, but it is effective. We also got some more deterrent here with the propaganda. And if they do get on the battlefield, we need to take care of them. So rounding it out, we've got our mass removal suite. Languish, all creatures get -4/-4. Damnation, destroy all creatures, they can't be regenerated. Deadly Tempest, destroy all creatures, each player loses life equal to the number of creatures he or she controlled that were destroyed this way. Since we're mainly running Planeswalkers and not going to have a whole lot of creatures on the battlefield, it's not going to hurt us all that bad. Cyclonic Rift, Sudden Demise, X in a red, choose a color, Sudden Demise, deals X damage to each creature of the chosen color. Much like Sudden Demise, this one does not limit to color though. Starstorm deals X damage to each creature. It's X a red and a red, and you can also cycle it for 3. Which, any of these cards with cycling, if we have Kess on the battlefield, we can recast them back from our graveyard. And I have won games that way. Get a Revel in Riches on board, get Kess out there, wipe the board, and when that happens, you create a mass of artifacts. Keep your counter spells open to keep it alive, and you win on your next upkeep. So that's the breakdown of the Kess Dissident Mage Frenemies deck. Feel free to email us at tabletopdad.yt@gmail.com if you have more questions about this deck. Leave a comment down below. What do you think of the deck? Is it something you'd like to play against, or is it something you'd like to play with? A huge thank you goes out to all the community for all the support you have given the Tabletop Dad channel. Hard to believe that we've already made 50 videos. If you haven't had a chance and you enjoy these videos, don't forget to click that like and subscribe buttons down below. Also click that bell icon so you get notifications of our future videos. We are quickly approaching that 100 subscriber mark where we will be having our next giveaway, so spread the word and stay tuned for that giveaway announcement. I hope you enjoyed this 50th video from Tabletop Dad. Have fun playing your tabletop games and oppressing your opponents, and God bless.